Hey, how's everybody doing? Friday. Let's get the hell out of here. 416. All right. Coming up on 417. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to make this real quick. I don't want to take up a lot of time for you guys. I just want something to put in your mind, think about. Uh, Markets are not good. Okay. And we got the months now are red, and they're pretty handily inside. All right, so doesn't look that they want to budge right now. But what do we have? We have full time frame continuity. All right, except for that 60 at the end of the day. That's your actionable signal now. Okay, so we had a pretty good move down here. All right, now are we going to turn around and run back up? The one thing that I will say in all my years, they always go a little bit farther, either way, to the upside and to the downside. All right, so just want to put this in your head. 574.63 is the high on the Qs. Okay, that's an all-time high right there. All right, 574.63. All right, so we've made a pretty good move down here. All right, from 574 down to 553. All right, so about 30 bucks. All right, so 30 bucks moved pretty quick too in 2 days. All right, so what can we say about today? Chop. All right, we really didn't make any gains today. If you want to be the truth, look at this. We sat inside that all day. Okay. Maybe we made a little lower low there. But for the most part, we were trapped inside this bar here all day. Okay? So we didn't get any movement. We did get a 1-2. We got a 2-1-3. Didn't go really into, didn't go anywhere. All right? It did trigger, got down, came back up. All right? I'm going at the wrong day. All right, so today, we're trapped inside all that. We got the 2-1-3, which doesn't bring us anything. 2-2 back down. They tried to fight back, and then they just drifted away at the end of the day. All right, so not much to speak about today. Pretty much that was our range today. All right, 551.60 was that low. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on that, and then we're going to look at SPY. Same bad time, same bad channel from 639.58. Sorry about that. Right from 639, $639.85 down to 619. All right, so you get it, about 20 bucks, right? So pretty on 2 days too. All right, so we stretched the field here pretty good. Here we are now. We got this week. We're going to be coming into next week now. Sneaky Pete's going to get back in here, and you're going to get a new bar in here. All right, 621.67. Unless something crazy comes in, this is right here, right now. Okay, we're going to be opening somewhere inside here. So now our magnitude is going to be the low of this month that we just finished here in July, and that is 615.52. Okay, that's about $7 off. All right, so we're going to be inside. But the big thing that we are going to have is we should have full time frame continuity coming down. I'm only showing you in 4 today. I usually show you 5, but I just cut it down to 4. I'll be changing it all the time, just so you know, keep you on your toes. All right, so inside here on SPY, we're going to get in here with Sneaky Pete, obviously, and then we're going to be inside this 3-1. We're going to be stuck inside this month, and the question is, what are we going to do? All right, so that's our SPY. Okay, now how do we get down to these moves? How do we get down? How do we get down? Well, we're going to be watching our numbers. Not going to be so much as watching the magnitudes. We're going to be watching where we're coming down to. Are we hitting our targets? That's what's important. Okay, that is what's going to be important for us. All right, and the diamonds is the same thing. All right, same setup. There's your monthly. That's the high right there. Okay, we're already down. All right, we're already month down already. All right, so we've already made the move there, but our magnitude is pretty far away. 419.16. That's going to take some doing from 435. All right, so again, Sneaky Pete's going to get in here. Your month is already cemented in there. We'll see what happens. And got the 2-2 down. I'm coming from this high up here, so we're coming back all the way into, what's that, 439. That's actually, that number is 439.44. Okay, we broke right through there. We tried to hold that on Thursday, and we kind of sputtered back up at the end of the day, and then here we are finishing this day with a hanging man hammer. Okay, that is bearish, just so you know. All right, so we're going to be inside. All right, it's just, the big thing is that we will have full time frame continuity. So we'll be watching as we go, and I will be telling you that, and I'll be showing you the targets as we go. All right. Now, if you're in positions, or if you're just trading, I don't know what you're doing, but so I'd say that there's a couple ways you could protect these things, and I don't know if you know this stuff, but this is like one of the tools that I use. This is the Sudsies. All right, the Suds are the opposite of the SPY. All right, this is not an easy thing to gauge by any stretch of the imagination. All right, I came in today long the Suds, so decent day today. It was okay, but I do have positions that I'm holding. All right, so my positions, they came down, okay, but you know, depending on what you can handle and what you can do is what's important, okay. So the one thing that we do know, the market always comes back up, right? That's for sure. That's all we talk about. Market always comes back. Market always comes back. So my Sudsy's inside one here. So this is just a tool that you can use if you get positioned in on this. You know, this thing could take month up. This thing has been down forever. Okay. Now, if we think we're going to start to make a bigger move to the downside, and something in me tells me that this ain't over. All right, I got more tariffs. You know, the economy is not as great as they say it is. And I'll say it. And unemployment only gave us, 73,000 jobs? That's not a great number. Got 165 million people working in America, and 70,000 jobs got created. And they shrugged it off. They shrug everything off. They throw it in that basket that I talked about this morning. Throw it in the basket. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And sometimes the dysfunction just gets too heavy. Okay? So, again, this is a tool that you can use. I just want to make you aware of it. Paper trade it for a while. It is hard to navigate. All right? Just because sometimes it'll get fat premium and sometimes it'll get, real skinny discounts. So you got to really kind of watch these things, all right? And as they start to take month up, they start to become a premium immediately, where sometimes, like, the SPY's going to have to move exponentially lower for these things to move, okay? So be aware of that. I would say I would just watch them and paper trade them. And this is the same thing here. If you're trading the Qs, you could trade the SQs. Okay, SQs. Again, you see what they do. They haven't been doing anything because the markets have just been doing what? They've been going up. Okay, so 221. 222 with the 1 month right now. We're inside. All right, so we might be looking to take that month up as well. So keep an eye on these. This is another one if they're going to trade the same way. So be careful with the premium and the discounts that come into these things as you watch them. If you start to watch them, you will get a better hang of it. Finished it with a big inside, with a big outside week. Sneaky Pete's going to get back inside there. Okay, markets. We're at this point now where my approach going forward is, we're going to be looking for, we're looking for, when the markets go up, we want to be selling stuff. We want to be selling. All right. So when the futures come up, we want to be there, and we're going to watch our magnitudes, and I'm going to help you through this whole thing. Okay. All right. So just two good tools that you can use. I'm just putting it in your arsenal. I know you have one, and I know you got your things in what you do or whatever you don't do. Hey, by the way, if any of you ever live in Chicago, you could come and visit me in my office, and I can show you what we do. Just give you a feel for what's going on. I don't know where you live or who you are. Just don't be a psycho. All right. And I don't think that's the case, but if you are in Chicago, you could come over and check it out. All right. And I give you an idea, show you kind of little face-to-face action. All right. So SQ's there. Those are two pretty good tools that you can use. And then, the VIX is another one, but the VIX, you can only trade it on options. Okay. So I know that. See, this VIX had this nice 2-2 up today. And always know that whenever there's a gap on the VIX, 100% of the times, those gaps will get filled. Okay, so whenever there's a gap filled on VIX, it could take, in this case, some cases it could take forever, but it will fill the gap. Okay, and on regular stocks, about 75 to 80% of them will come back and fill that gap. So know that too. All right. So this is just a little bit of a tidbit to let you know what you can do when we start trading on the downside, and that's not much different of as long as we're hitting our targets and we're moving the way we're going, it doesn't matter. But shorting the S&P 500 at $600 is going to be a difficult shot. All right, so watch some of these tools that you have that you can use. All right, so on that note, again, I didn't want to take up too much time. So these are our targets. And then again, I'll keep you posted as to how they move, where we're at, and if we're hitting our targets, if we're trading options, if we're buying puts, or if you're whatever we're doing right now. All right, because I think the puts will start coming more into play here, in the next few weeks. So wait and see. All right, so like everything else, we're going to approach this thing from the month right now, okay? One day in, we're going to watch and see what happens, all right? We're going to keep an eye on the month, and we're going to keep an eye on the week, okay, to get started. And then obviously we'll be watching it all this, but we'll be putting more on that daily and that weekly and that monthly, okay? So keep an eye on that month. Watch it, all right? And if you watch the month, believe it or not, you will see the moves inside of it, all right? So I'm going to leave it there. As far as stocks today, everything was kind of just jerky. NVIDIA did try to run up here today. It did. It popped up early. Had a real nice hammer that never went into force. It was a nice one, but it didn't go into force. 2-2 back down. All right. So now as we start to get, if the market starts to come down, then what will we be looking for? We will be looking for shooters that come down even on 60s, even on dailies. All right, so when we're down and we're starting to move down, we will be looking for these to come in because that's reconfirming that we're going the right way. Sellers are still in control. Buyers are going to come in. They're going to try to push the markets, and then the sellers are going to step in. And these shooters right here, buyers, and now the sellers took control again, and they came back down. So we will be looking for shooters in all time frames. Okay, if you're daily trading, if you're trading 30s and 60s, whatever you're doing, all right, we always will be looking for reconfirm, so we know that we're going the right way, and we know that those sellers are still with us. All right, so we're going to keep an eye on those, and I'll talk about it more. I don't want to take too much time. It's already what am I at here? 15 minutes, pretty good, not bad. All right, so I'm going to leave you at that note. Hey, everybody have a wonderful weekend, and take care of each other, man. Be nice, be calm. Frickin' world's gone crazy, all right? So sit tight and just be cool, and most importantly, be good. Adios.